Hello, beloved. It's Jen from the Crystal Maven. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. Today, I want to talk about compassion. And when we think about compassion, it's usually thought of in a way of being sympathetic or just concerned about another person's, misfortune or mishaps or just generally how they feel in life. But today, I wanted to talk about the self, as usual, and how we can be more compassionate towards ourselves. Because it is very true that we are our own worst critics. We give ourselves the hardest time. The self talk, the self speak, the story that you are playing out in your head more times than not is working against us. And in our efforts to be the best version of ourselves we possibly can be and reprogram those negative programs or just control alt delete them altogether, we get into these spaces and places where we get hard on ourselves. And we have to remember that the journey of the self, the self is a lifelong journey. This is not something that you go to school for, you achieve a certificate or a degree, and hey, ma, I made it. No. Now, there's most definitely levels to this shit. Okay. There's most definitely levels. And there are some places where when you get to that plateau, you can't go back. Um, I'm quite sure for some people who have been working on, as far as mindset and law of attraction and, like things of that nature and just studying the attraction power of energy, thoughts, magnetism, all of those other things, because your thoughts are electric and your feelings are magnetic. You know what I mean? And so just, anyone who has been studying that and working on that and things like that, there comes a certain point where you can no longer have a negative or detrimental thought without knowing 100% where that thought came from, that you are thinking a negative thought. It's like you can't get past it. You know what it is that you're doing. I know it got me good when I get angry. When I get angry, and not angry about something or a situation or a circumstance, it's when I'm angry at another person. I know when I get angry, I know exactly why I'm angry. I know exactly what it is that I need to do right now in this situation to not be angry anymore. I know exactly what to do right now at this moment, cut it out, move on. And it just all depends on where you are right here and right here, whether you're able to cut it right then, let it go and move on like we're supposed to. You know what I mean? Or whether, you're just going to sit with it for a minute. You're going to sit with it right now because right now you're pissed and you're going to honor being pissed. And, it's all just one big, it's all just one big web of life. And we are able to extract the things that no longer serve us or work for our greatest good. And we're able to insert the things that we feel would be for our greatest good and would bring about our best evolution in our lives. And so with that, we're not perfect. We slip, we fall, we have bad days, we have bad weeks, we have bad months. Okay? And there's a tendency to beat ourselves down in a completely different way. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing if you're on a diet, you know what I mean? You're on a strict diet and you slip up a couple of days off of your diet. All of a sudden it's been a month or two and this is something you habitually do when you're like, I gotta get right. I gotta get right. I gotta get on this diet. I gotta do what I'm supposed to do. Like that's one thing. That's one type of disciplining or talking to yourself, getting down on yourself. There is. But when you're coming at it from a soul's level, from an energetic space, from a bird's eye view of your life and situation, it is so easy in the brain, in the mind, in the 3D dimension, physical level of things, to beat ourselves down so just immensely because we know better. And not only do we know better, we are better. And it's not okay. It's not okay to do this to yourself. It is not. You have to have compassion and love and care and all that other stuff that you're supposed to have for everybody else. You have to have that for yourself. You cannot undercut all of the progress that you have made in life. This isn't a job. It's not, I don't know why this just came to mind, but those books that people collect quarters, and you put a quarter for every state that's in the country that you collect. This is not one of those. It's not a stamp book. It's not a scrapbook where you fill it up and then the book is filled and now it's good and it's done and we've achieved something. We're not going to achieve anything permanently until we graduate out of this life. And then, depending on what it is that you've decided to do in yourself, you might start it over again. Not this specific one, but physical life, So, we have to give ourselves that grace. We have to give ourselves the space to be human. To be human. I love humanity. I love humanity. I love being human. I love eating ice cream. I love playing with puppies. I like Netflixing and chilling. I like pizza. I like all of that stuff. I love the fact that, I can comprehend different languages and learn how to speak them and write them, and different people and different places. And I love different cultures and all of this. I love being physical. I love being a human being. And human beings are flawed and we are imperfect, and that is okay. The entire point to spiritually awakening is to understand that, number one, this is not you. You're not even what you think. Your thoughts are independent of who you actually are. This is what transports us around. This is what makes us able to say, this is me. Because this is physical and we're on a physical plane. Right? I know that makes sense. But you have to give yourself grace and space for that humanity that is a part of you. Because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you are going to be human until you are not human anymore. And as I was saying before, the entire point of the spiritual awakening is to understand I am different than you, but we are the same. I am different from you, but we are the same. I love you the way that I love me. Therefore, I have to love me as much as I possibly can in every single way, shape, form, fashion that I can. I have to accept me in every way, shape, form, fashion that I possibly can so that I can accept you. We're all one. All of us. We're just different versions of the same source. God has a great sense of humor, don't you think? But it's an experience. This is an experience. You are here in your body. Screw what planet you're on. You are in your body on a physical plane to experience being physical. I'm just telling you this to help you lighten it up a little bit. Because when we look at it from, the 3D complete physical, reality, it gets heavy. It's different people, different places, different things. It's, what I have to do, what I'm supposed to do, what, what it is that I did do, that I didn't do. It gets heavy. But when you lift it up, just a couple of levels, and not even a bird's eye view, but if you could just stand at the top of the steps and I'm saying, just look over the railing, you know what I mean? Then you can see that, oh, I am actually this vibration. I am actually a frequency. And I have actually attuned with the frequency of this earth position. Boom, here I am. And now I'm having the experience of these synchronizing frequencies that I'm able to vibe with and translate through my physical body. That makes it a little bit lighter, right? Just a little bit. We're all beautiful. We are all exactly the same and tremendously different. And none of us are perfect. And just like you are supposed to love your neighbor as yourself, you gotta make sure you love yourself first. Give yourself compassion. Give yourself a timeout if you need it. But don't cast yourself out into the darkness of the wilderness because you knew better than to let such and such disturb your peace, and you got in an argument and now you mad with you because you even let that happen. It's gonna happen again and again and again. Different people, different places, different situations. It's who we are. The point to the story is to accept and integrate and just be able to have compassion and understand when it ain't you and it's them. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel because it is full of crystal education, education about chakras, and just love letters to the collective. I just want your hearts to be happy, and I want us to be able to come together and get along and live in a unity consciousness on this planet. Have a good day.